People often wonder how a rider could dope. I mean, if you have, it sounds like now there's more controls within the team, but even in the past, I mean, your staff works closely with the riders. Then you hear these stories about they go away, they're doing these blood transfusions. Do you believe that could have happened previously? I mean, it was possible for riders to do that without people like you knowing about it.
Absolutely. You know, cycling is not like, for example, soccer or football. You're not in a team and all the time in the same place and training at the same time. Like from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, then you meet your physio, your doctor. I don't see the athletes every day. I see them at the races and in the training camps, and then we check them regular. But they're at home, they're in training groups, they are in Italy, in Switzerland, in Spain, in England, everywhere over the world. So they have a lot of free time where they can do whatever they want. But they also now need the confidence in their teammates, and that's what we want to get. We want to create a strong team where everybody is sure that the others in the team are on the same way.
Is it? I mean, cycling doctors have a really bad reputation.
Thanks.
Has it been difficult for you to try to work in the right way? Is that like a losing battle, or do you feel that the tide is perhaps coming back to cleaner cycling?
I hope. I know there will always be doping. It's pro sports. Cheaters are always there. So, and for doctors, you're right. It has been a very hard year because yeah. So that's also my thing. I was thinking about after Tour de France stopping and saying, okay, that's it. I do something else. But with the chance Bob gave to me, it's like I do now what I always wanted to do, like a big program with a good amount of budget, to create something really new, really progressive. And yeah, I think if I have learned something about in the last years, then it's that we have to go active and forward. And we start with our team, and I hope others' team will follow, but most important is that we are sure with our team.
It's really been, it seems like, that certain teams have really taken the lead in terms of trying to kind of revolutionize or change the way that teams are run. Does that come from the sponsor pressure or from the riders themselves have introduced? What's been the impetus behind some of these changes?
Some is from the riders directly. A lot of is from the sponsors, because from the sponsors the money is coming. T-Mobile as a sponsor wouldn't accept a year like 2006 again. Or Gerolsteiner, for example, it's mineral water. They are not. It's what is it for an image if they have like not clean riders? So it's important, and I think it's more or less the sponsors who give the pressure. If you see other politics like UCI, like ASO, and all this, it's a lot of politics, and only the sponsors have the possibility and give the money, because riders, they are ride for money. They're enthusiasts, but they ride for money, and if they don't get money with it, then it's over. Then it's not a pro sports anymore. So they are also interested in it, and I'm really glad to say that I have the feeling that our riders are stick together. They signed, and they know what they signed in this code of conduct with the team, and it's good.
What's the feeling of a rider? It must have tremendous pressure on a rider for performance. Obviously, they must get the results. It must be very difficult in an ambiance where, if you're trying to ride clean and you think maybe the other guy isn't.
Sorry, he was just joking around too.
Is he making faces back there? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it must be so tempting for a rider to try to keep the clean way. Is that something that you're hoping will change in the future for cycling?
I'm sure that will change. Because I think also the riders have the intelligence to know that they destroy the sport if they go on like that. And yeah, it's not. Winning is the most important thing, but winning with cheating is, when you think about it, you're also losing. It's not all the money, it's also the sports, and they destroy the sports. The riders who cheat regular, they destroy everything in the end.
It seems like no one really knows how many people might be doing things that are bad.
No.
Do you have any idea? I mean, do you have a sense of what percentage of the peloton might be clean? I mean, some people say that most riders are clean, and some people say that There's a lot of dirty riders out there. What's the sense that you get being so close to the sport?
I don't know. It's really difficult, and there have been studies done by in Germany where they say 25% of the Olympic athletes have done or are doing doping, and normally cycling is not a sport which is very. It's not. Yeah, it helps if you dope, your performance gets better. So the possibility that the amount is higher is there. So I would think about that. Yeah, like about that percentage, but perhaps 1/3, perhaps more. I don't know.
So you feel like this team now has all the tools it needs to at least ensure that your riders are going to be on that right path?
Yeah, I think the riders have all the possibilities, and they have to take them and show that they are able to compete without doping. And I think they are able to. We have a really good talent in our team, and I think that worked out.
What's the feeling now on this team? It sounds like there's a lot of optimism and kind of positive feelings. How catastrophic would a doping scandal be for this team, do you think?
Yeah, it would be too bad, because if you look around, you have been here the last days, you've seen the spirit, and that's the spirit of a real community. And if somebody's trying to destroy the community, that would be a huge step back. So I think they know it, and that's a group pressure that's there, and I think that helps too.
Are you optimistic about the future in terms of the fight against doping?
In our team, yes. Overall, it's politics, and we have to see. I hope other teams will join, and I hope that gets a good coalition against doping. Yeah, okay. Because the big sponsors, they have to put the pressure on it.
Okay, Doctor, thank you so much for your time. All right,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.